Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Chag Sameach. Happy July 4th. I am wearing red, white, and blue. Blue, white, red. There you go, red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Right. You know what? I don't remember the last time July 4th was on a Friday night. I don't know. Maybe it was. Well, look at the Margolis. They are in red, white, and blue. Look at them. Mr. and Mrs. Margolis. Yes. All right, everybody. Well, we're glad you're here. You gave up the fireworks to come here tonight. And we appreciate that. Well, huh? Oh, yeah. Fireworks will be after. Richie's going to start us off with a patriotic medley. Go ahead, Rich. Yeah, come on. You can all sing if you'd like. For the red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag, but should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. She's my Yankee Doodle sweetheart. I don't hear anybody. There they go. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. Over there, say beware, Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. Say beware, la da da, da 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 da. We're coming over, and it won't be done till it's over there. He's going on and on. All right. Beautiful, Rich. All right. Patriotic medley for July 4th. All right. We're going to call up our friend. Take a bow, Rich. Take a bow. Okay. We're going to call up our friends Rudy and Ruthie. Come on up and light the candles for us, all right? Now, this man Rudy knows better than most what it means to live in America. He wasn't born here, and he escaped Hungary at the last moment possible. And Rudy fought in Korea. Rudy is a veteran. Oh, he didn't fight in Korea, but he was in the army. Okay, thank God. All right, you want to do the blessing for us?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, b'tzivanu, v'halak ner shel Shabbat.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu, lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you, Ruthie. We appreciate it very much. All right. We're going to turn to page 128. That's where we go. Every Friday night at this time. 128, I believe that's the page. I should know by now. Yeah. Top of the page, Psalm 133, Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good and pleasant it is that brothers and sisters dwell together. If you want to put your arms around each other, sway back and forth, that's a nice thing to do. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Melody number 2. Here we go, everybody. Hine, 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 Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine, 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 Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine 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 Matov, Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. We need everybody, come on. Hine, 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 Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine, 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 Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine 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 Matov, Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Number 3. This is the one they would dance to on the kibbutz. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Yalalai, 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 Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Yalalai, 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 Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Okay, page 129. The next page, 2 songs from the bottom. Ki Eshmera Shabbat. When I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. It is a sign forever between God and me. This is for our friend Moshe, as they sang this in Baghdad, where he is from. Here we go. Ki Eshmera Shabbat, El Yishmereni. Ki Eshmera Shabbat, El Yishmereni. Oti li'ol meyad beino veini. Oti li'ol meyad beino veini. Ki Eshmera Shabbat, El Yishmereni, Yishmer HaShabbat, El Yishmereni, Oti Le'ol Meyad, Beino Beini, Oti Le'ol Meyad, Beino Beini. Let's go to page 131, Psalm 96, one of the Psalms that welcome Shabbat. We'll sing the bottom paragraph together. Yismechu Hashamayim means let the heavens rejoice and the earth exult. Let the sea and all within it thunder, the fields and everything in them exult. Then shall all the trees of the forest shout for joy at the presence of Adonai. For God is coming. God is coming to rule the earth. God is here to rule the earth. God will rule the world justly and its peoples in faithfulness. Okay, bottom paragraph, page 131. Yismeku Hashamayim, Yismeku Hashamayim, Yismeku Hashamayim, Betagel Haaretz, Yismeku Hashamayim, Yismeku Hashamayim, Yismeku Hashamayim, Betagel Haaretz, Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam Umlo, Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam Umlo, Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam Umlo, Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam Umlo, Yismeku Hashamayim, Yismeku Hashamayim, Yismeku Hashamayim, Betagel Haaretz. Okay, page 138. There's a beautiful poem that is sung all around the world on Friday night. And at the bottom of the page, there's a kind of a footnote. We have nice things in this prayer book that all kinds of explanations. It says this poem was composed by Shlomo Halevi Alkabetz, a 16th century Tzvat Kabbalist, meaning he was one of the mystical masters. And they were in Spain. And when the Jews were expelled from Spain in 1492, many of them came straight to Israel. And they settled in Tzvat in northern Israel. So he wrote this, and the first 8 verses of this beautiful prayer have his name. If you look, the first verse is a shin, second one's a lamed, then you have a mem, then you have a hey. So that's Shlomo. And he was Halevi, means he's from the tribe of Levi. So verse 5, you have a hey, then you have a lamed, a vav, and a yud. All right? So he wrote his name in the first 8 verses. All right, tonight, we'll do our jazz version, Rich. Yeah, come on, let's do it. Okay. We'll do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And we need everybody singing. All right, here we go. Leka leka do di likrat kala Pere Shabbat nikabala Leka leka do di likrat kala Pere Shabbat nikabala la 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 leka do di likrat kala Pere Shabbat nikabala Leka leka do di likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nikabala Shamor v'zakor b'dibor ekad Ishme'anu el amiyukad Adonai ekad U'shemo ekad L'shem otiferet v'litehi la 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 L'kadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nikabala Leka leka do di likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nikabala Likrat Shabbat lechuvenelka, ki mikor habraka, merosh mikedem nesuka, so ma'aseh b'makshavat tekin la 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 kadodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala, laka dodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala. Verse number 5. Hitoreri, ki ba'oreh kumi ori, uri shir daberi, kevod Adonai alaikni la 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 kadodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala, laka kadodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala. We rise and we face the rear of the sanctuary as if we're welcoming the bride. But the bride we're welcoming is the Shabbat bride, the Sabbath bride. Verse number 9. Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, kam b'simcha u'v'tzola, tokemune am sigula, bo'i kala. Leka dodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala, leka dodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala, la 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 leka dodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala, leka dodi, likrat kala, perei Shabbat nekabala. Okay, page 140. The next page is Psalm 92. That is the psalm for Shabbat. There's a psalm assigned for each day of the week. The psalm for Shabbat is Psalm 92. There's all kinds of melodies for this. I'm going to sing one that we quite often sing here. I love this melody. This was written by a rabbi, female rabbi, Rabbi Shefa Gold. We have to go down 11 lines where it says, Ma gadlu ma'asecha Adonai ma'od amku machshavotecha. The translation is in the middle of the English. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. But when we sing this song, the composer, Rabbi Gold, she changed one thing. Ma gadlu ma'asecha Yah. Yah is another one of God's many names, and it goes better with the music. So we sing Ma gadlu ma'asecha Yah, ma'od amku machshavotecha. 11 lines down. Ma gadlu ma'asecha Yah, me'od amku machshavotecha. 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 Page 142, we have another song that is sung throughout the world on Friday night, Shalom Aleichem. And there's a nice little explanation at the bottom. It says this is a 17th century Shabbat table song. So it was sung at the Shabbat dinner table and in the synagogues. And it was probably composed under the influence of Lurianic Kabbalah, Isaac Gloria. He was the headmaster of the Kabbalah. And 1 week, going back about 20 years ago, we had a woman here, came here on a Shabbat morning for a bat mitzvah, and I saw her out there. She was following along the prayers, and she was singing out loud. And a lot of people don't really sing too much in a Reformed congregation, but she was singing, and she was smiling, and she came up to me afterwards, and she says, I said, I heard you singing. It was so nice to have you with us. And she said, she says, maybe you heard of my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, Isaac Gloria, and he was called the lion of the Kabbalah. I said, sure, I heard of him. She said, he was my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. So, and our friend Rudy is descended from the Vilna Gaon, right? The Gaon of Vilna, who was another great Jewish scholar. So, you never know, right? Richie, who you descended from? Okay. All right. So, Shalom Aleichem. What melody are we going to do, Rich? All right, we'll do that one. The traditional. Everybody can join with us. This is a beautiful melody. Shalom Aleichem, Malakei Hasharet, Malakei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malakei Amelakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'akem l'shalom, Malakei Hashalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Amelakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barkuni l'shalom, Malakei Hashalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Amelakim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem l'shalom, Malakei Hashalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Amelakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem l'shalom, Malakei Hashalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Amelakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I didn't finish reading the footnote at the bottom of this page. This was composed under the influence of the Kabbalah masters in the 17th century, and it says, this song states that 2 angels accompany each person home from the synagogue when Shabbat begins. Isn't that nice? 2 angels are with us, just 2. I don't know. Rudy, maybe you have more. I think we all have more. Who knows? All right, we'll turn to page 144, the Kaddish, which separates the parts of the service. Yitkadav, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yamad Ivrak, Rutei, Yamlik, Makrutei, Bekayekon, Yomekon, Ukayedekon, Beit Yisrael. Bagala, Ubizman Kadri Vimeru. Yeheshmein Rabba Mevorak, Leolam Olam Eomaya. Yitparak, Vishtabak, Vitbahar, Vitromam, Vitnasei. Vitadar, Vitalev, Vitalal, Shemei Lekudesha, Le'ela min kol berchata, Meshirata, Tushbekata, Benekemata, Damiran Biyama, Bimaru, Amen. Let's read the beautiful English prayer on the next page, page 145. We have so many beautiful prayers here, we don't get to them all. So I don't know if we've ever read this one. Let's read this one, 145, together. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise. As each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Every day is a new adventure, right? Every day is a new adventure. All right, we're going to rise for the Baruch Hu, page 146. The call to prayer. Lai, la, 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 la. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vahed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vahed. Lai la 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 la. All right, please be seated. Let's read the beautiful prayer on the bottom of page 147 together. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. Wow, that's some prayer. All right, let's go to page 150. We'll read together, page 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and on your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We rise for the Shema, page 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto, Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. Let's read together the English translation of the V'ahavta on 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders. Do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. Okay. Page 157 at the top. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We sing on page 158, Mi Chamocha. Mi kamoka ba'elim Adonai, mi kamoka nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei fele, nora tehilot, osei fele. Malkut tekara uvaneka, pokeya yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'elianu v'amru, Ze'elianu v'amru, Adonai Malach le'olam va'ed, Adonai Malach le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamoka nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei fele, nora tehilot, osei fele. Page 161. Let's read together at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Tonight, on page 162, we'll sing the bottom song here, Yismechu. There's the English translation at the bottom. Those who keep Shabbat by calling a delight will rejoice in your realm. That people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation. Bottom of the page, 162. I never know what he's going to play. Yismechu b'malekutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malekutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, korei oneg Shabbat. Aha, Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei Shevi Shabbat. Kulam Yismiu, Bitagu mituveka Shabbat, 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 Yismelchu, V'malekutekam, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, V'korei, Oneg Shabbat, Yismelchu, V'malekutekam, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, V'korei, Oneg Shabbat, V'hashimi ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat, Chemdad yamim, oto karat Shabbat, zeker l'maseh v'reishit, yismechu v'malekutekam, shomrei, shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei Oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malekutekam, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, v'korei Oneg Shabbat. Okay, let's rise on page 166 and we will sing the tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rakel Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו, באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מקיים מתים, אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מקלקל חיים בחסד, מקיים מתים ברחמים רבים, צומק נופלים ברופא כהנים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך, מלך ממית, ומקיים מיד ישועה ונאמנת על הקיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מקיים מתים. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Okay. Let's go to page 173 at the top. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Okay, we turn to page 178. The last blessing of the tefillah prayer is always a blessing for peace in the world. In the morning it's Sim Shalom. Nighttime it's a beautiful prayer called Shalom Rab. And this is a beautiful melody that my wife Ginger wrote. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam Tasim le'olam Ki atahu melech adon Lekol hashalom Ki atahu melech adon Lekol hashalom V'tov b'einecha Levarek et amka Yisrael B'kol eit u'b'kol sha'a Bishlomecha Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam Tasim le'olam Ki atahu melech adon Lekol hashalom Lekol hashalom Lekol hashalom. Okay, let's turn to page 371, everybody, for our healing prayer. This is a beautiful prayer we say every week for those who need healing of any kind. Do we have names that anyone needs to say over here for healing prayer? Yes. Okay, on this side? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Kristen. Okay. In the back, I'm sorry, yes. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, I know. Okay. So, when we sing this prayer, let's envision beautiful healing taking place for all these people. What a great blessing it is when you're not well and then you get healed. Isn't it great? It's unbelievable. It's the power of God that you can get better. All right? All right, so we're going to sing a prayer and envision healing for all these people. Mi sheberak Avotenu Mekor habraka leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberak imotenu mekor habraka labotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. On page 377, let's turn to page 377. We have a beautiful, beautiful prayer, Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, which means our Father in heaven. We've been singing this prayer every week since Israel was attacked on October 8th, 2023. The war is still going on. Maybe it'll be over soon. I know another soldier got killed today, and they're talking about maybe having an end to the war and the hostages could be released. Wouldn't that be great? All right, so Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, when we come to that part, Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, everybody can join in with me. Avinu Shabbat Shamayim. There's the translation at the bottom of the page. Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shielded beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Barek, Barek, en Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmikad Giyolateinu, Hagen Aleha Behevrat Chazdecha, Ufros Aleha Sukat Shalomecha. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Ushelach Orka Bamitkam L'Rashayam Sarayam V'yotzeyam V'yotzeyam V'taknem Beitza Tova Milfanekam V'taknem Beitza Tova Milfanekam. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. V'natata shalom shalom ba'aretz, v'simchat olam leyoshveiha. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. V'nomar, v'nomar, Amen. Okay, well, today is a very special day, July 4th. How about that? And it's also Shabbat. And it's very fitting that our friend Steve walked in tonight with his family. Steve Nitzberg was a graduate of West Point. How about that? A graduate of West Point. We salute you, Steve. I would like everybody here who's a veteran, stand up. We want to thank you. Come on, stand up, all the veterans. Come on, Mr. Margolis. These are our veterans. We salute you and we thank you, everybody. God bless you. Thank you. All right. Now, I get to give a little speech tonight, little sermon tonight, because the rabbi's taking the night off to be with his family tonight. Okay? So, I wrote down some of my thoughts. Today is one of my favorite days of the year, Independence Day, July 4th. And this year it comes on Shabbat, so it's a doubly special day. It was on this day, 249 years ago, that the Declaration of Independence was approved by the Continental Congress, meeting in my hometown, Philadelphia, PA. And I used to walk by Independence Hall all the time, hundreds and hundreds of times. And every time I go by there, there's a thrill. There's a thrill to be in Independence Hall. So the primary signing of the document occurred a few weeks later, after July 4th, on August 2nd, 1776. But the groundwork was laid for establishing the greatest nation in the history of mankind, the United States of America. For the tiny number of Jews on these shores in 1776, their participation in the Revolutionary War marked a turning point in history. It was the first time since the Jewish exile from Jerusalem in the year 70 that Jews took their place alongside their Gentile neighbors as equals in a fight for freedom. And against staggering odds, the colonists defeated the mightiest army on earth, the British Army. In August of 1790, President George Washington addressed the Jews of Newport, Rhode Island, about religious liberty. His address moved beyond merely tolerating religious differences, but embraced religious liberty as an inherent right in America. Soon, many Jews were leaving Europe and coming to America for freedom and opportunity like they'd never known before. The first major wave of Jewish immigration occurred between 1820 and 1850, with German-speaking Jews spreading across the country, establishing businesses and communities, and introducing Reform Judaism to America. The very fact that the main Shabbat services in Reform temples are held on Friday night goes back to that time, because the Jewish store owners had to work on Saturday morning to make a living. Thus, they began having prayer services on Friday night after they closed up their businesses. The period of 1880 to 1924 was the largest wave of Jewish immigration to America, with over 2 million Jews arriving in the USA. Included in that number were all 4 of my grandparents, and I'm sure many of yours too. They faced daunting challenges like discrimination and anti-Semitism, but they availed themselves of the great opportunities they'd never known before. Today, the Jewish people are the most educated and most prosperous group in America, but we still have problems, like the anti-Semitism that exploded on college campuses after the massacre of October 7th, 2023 in Israel. Yet, America is still the shining light of the free world. We can never forget that it was the USA that defeated Nazi Germany 80 years ago, and just 2 weeks ago saved the world from a nuclear terrorist state, Iran. On this July 4th, I've been thinking about 2 of the men who shaped my life. My dad and my late friend Andy Hartman, who survived the Holocaust as a 9-year-old in Slovakia. I used to have lunch with Andy once a month, and he told me time and time again how his aunt and uncle in Brooklyn brought him and one of his sisters to America after his parents and 2 other sisters were murdered at Auschwitz. When the ship approached New York Harbor in the early November dawn, everybody ran to the deck to see the Statue of Liberty. A few days later, Andy's cousins took him to the Thanksgiving Day parade. Andy never forgot that magnificent parade, celebrating a day of Thanksgiving for people of all faiths and backgrounds. Andy told me that one of the greatest days in his life was when he was drafted into the United States Army and he did his part to defend our country. Regarding my dad, I have a vivid memory that goes way back to when I was a teenager. My father was an English teacher and a Hebrew teacher who fought in World War II, and he died when I was in college, but he loved America. One day at our dinner table, someone said some pretty nasty things about America, and my soft-spoken dad turned red and became enraged. I remember it well, because my dad never acted like that before. He turned to me and my brothers, got up from the table, and yelled, "Do you know where my mother was born? Do you know where my mother was born? She was born in the Ukraine, close to Babi Yar, where thousands of Jews were killed in cold blood. And then he yelled at us, "Thank God you were born in this country. Don't ever forget that." And he yelled it again, "Thank God you were born in this country. Don't ever forget that." So on this July 4th, I can still hear my father's words many years later. May God continue to bless America. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Okay? And that's how I feel. Okay. All right. Tell us how you really feel. Rudy. Okay. I know I'm not supposed to talk political anything, so I hope I didn't. All right? I hope I was on the. Okay, good. This was approved by the audience at Temple Bethel. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay, we're going to turn to page 580. You know what? I wanted to say something else, too. On this day, I was thinking, besides our veterans here tonight, we had some great heroes in this congregation. We had a man named Mo Klein. I don't know if any of you knew Mo Klein. He was an old-time member here. He passed away a few years ago, more than a few years ago. And Mo Klein was also from Philadelphia, and he went to my high school. And he said growing up in Philadelphia made him tough. That's what he told me. And he flew more bombing missions over Nazi Germany. He was number 2 on the list. He flew more bombing. He was number 2 in the whole United States. He flew so many bombing missions. You would fly 10, I believe. Then they would say, "That's it. You don't have to fly anymore." He just kept on wanting to go up. Mo was a great war hero, and he was a great patriot, a great man. And I officiated at Mo's funeral, and he had the honor guard there from the military. And I also remember, I don't know how long ago this was, maybe 15 years ago, our friend Audrey Efros, her husband, who fought at D-Day. I never knew him personally. He didn't come to synagogue much, but and I didn't know Audrey at the time either. But they asked me to sing at his funeral, and with Rabbi Tufts, we had his funeral right here in the sanctuary. And I came in, there was a flag-draped coffin in the front of the sanctuary. And they talked about how he was 18 years old, and he was flying in the planes at D-Day, and it shaped his whole life. And we still talk about him. And Audrey, who's a great lady, who's in her 90s now, Audrey, one year at our cemetery when we have our Memorial Day, and we have Veterans Day and Memorial Day programs out there, she read the letter that he wrote the morning of D-Day. They were stationed in England, and they told all these soldiers, write a letter to your family because chances are you won't be coming back after today. And he wrote a letter, and thank God he came back. So she read the letter to us that day. So I remember these great men. We have them in our temple. We have them in our congregation. All right? Freedom isn't free. Right? Freedom is not free. And thank God we have people that will stand up and pay the price. All right. Page 586, everybody. We're going to do our concluding prayers. We begin with the Aleinu on the bottom of the page, and I think I'm going to read. Let's all rise for the Aleinu. Tonight I'm going to read the English because I think a lot of times we're just used to singing it and we don't really know what we're saying. Here it is at the bottom. Let us now praise the Sovereign of the universe and proclaim the greatness of the Creator, who has set us apart from the other families of the earth, giving us a destiny unique among the nations. There's no doubt about that. The Jewish people have had a very unique destiny. We bend the knee and bow, acknowledging the Supreme Sovereign, the Holy One of Blessing. Okay, the Aleinu, 586 at the bottom of the page. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot hadama, shelo samchokenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kekol hamonam, v'anaknu korim, u'mishtakavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malkei hamalakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'nemar V'haya Adonai Lemelech HaKol Haaretz Bayom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad Ushemo Echad. All right, let's stay standing. Page 598. We'll go to the Mourner's Kaddish, everybody. Mourner's Kaddish. Anybody saying Kaddish tonight for somebody? If you are, please raise your hand when you can say their name out loud. Yes? Okay. Anybody else here saying Kaddish? Yeah, I know. But I'm just asking out here. Okay. All right. This week, we are saying Kaddish for Nathan Aronson, Joseph Baum, Louis Beagleson, Paula Blumenthal, Florence Feinstein, Blanche Gertner, Dora Goldfein, June Gordon, Irving Green, Fanny Jacobs, Alan Fox, Betty Lazarus, Jamie Lehman, Michael Lechner, Rose Leskin. Wow, okay, remember Rose. Louis Lovenworth, Herman Miller, Adeline Persky, Martin Rose, Hattie Rosen, Sarah Rosenbaum, Sidney Rosenberg, Albert Cheshire, Hyman Scheinbeim, Jerry Schulman, Rabbi High Siegel, who was a wonderful man. He was the rabbi at the synagogue where I was right before I came here. And when I got married, he did the wedding ceremony along with Rabbi Tufts. Wonderful, wonderful man, Rabbi High Siegel. Louis Simons, David Smith, David Wallach, Patricia Weinstein, and Rose Zimmerman. And I have the name of somebody here I'd like to find. It'll just take me a second. Okay. There was a soldier killed this week in Gaza, just yesterday, I believe. Yair Eliyahu. We'll be saying Kaddish for him. Okay, we are in the Shloshim period, the 30-day mourning period for Victor Yalowitz, Helen Polland, Jack Arkin, and Danny Jacobs. Okay? Okay. And when we say the Mourner's Kaddish, we believe that it helps lift the souls of those who have left this life in the world to come. Lifts their souls up in the world to come. So let's say it together, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yamad divrach kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mavarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Dam yaran b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Please be seated. We'll have our announcements from Mrs. Ip. Madam Ip. That means Madam Immediate Past President. Madam Ip.
Madam Ip.
Okay.
If I was Madam President, I get to be Madam Ip. Not Mrs. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm really appreciative of this little crowd we have tonight, not even as small as I thought it might be. And I'm very appreciative of those who are watching at home or from vacation or wherever they may be online. Thank you, Cantor Manny.
Sure.
Thank you, Richie. And happy 4th of July to everyone. Happy Independence Day. The flowers are sponsored tonight by Nan Ann's in loving memory of her mother, Patricia Weinstein. We are grateful to the Gersten family for underwriting our live stream and the Speckler and Lippman families for underwriting our music. And we also appreciate our sponsors like Nan for flowers, music, oneg, and live streaming. You can call the office to reserve your date for some special occasion or some honor. Tomorrow at 9:30 will be Torah study and service on Zoom. Wednesday at 6 will be Cantor Manny's class on Zoom. Thursday morning, the Rabbi is here. If you'd ever like to join him for Minyan, you just have to call to request. Next Friday at 7, Shabbat Service will be here and online. The deadline to promote your business or celebrate a special Mazel Tov moment in the second edition of our annual High Times has been extended to this coming Wednesday, July 9th. For information and pricing, look in Trending or call Jeff in the office. Make sure that you're getting and you're reading Trending for links and updates on events, including our Panera fundraiser coming in July, and the Miami Marlins game and Jewish Heritage Celebration in September. With school out for the summer, this is the time of year when food insecurity is at its worst. Every generous donation makes a difference, so please, next time you come, bring a can or two, a box or a bag of vegetables, soup, pasta, any other non-perishables to help feed our local families who are in need. And by the way, did you know that we have a fitness and yoga studio right here in our building? Sue Ellen Strong is here Monday through Friday mornings, and TBE members get a discount. Flyers are on the sideboard by the sanctuary doors. Kiddush and Hamotzi will be in the back of the sanctuary. Please take a little wine and a piece of challah. Join Cantor for the blessings. Then join us in the rotunda for oneg. The gift shop is open tonight, and you can still get a copy of Rudy's book. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Isn't it something that our fitness instructor's name's Sue Ellen Strong? Be better. We wouldn't want to go to her if she was Sue Ellen Weak. All right. Sue Ellen Strong. How about that, huh? All right. All right, everybody, let's all stand up. We're going to sing a beautiful song written by a Jewish immigrant to America, Irving Berlin. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to, I don't hear anybody, the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Join us in the back for a Kiddush. Happy Independence Day, everybody. La, la, la. La, la, la.